Good afternoon and welcome to the Matis Perepere Convention Center. This is where we're having the Results Operation Center of the IEC. I must say to you that the goings or the votings this morning, since it started at 7, has been going on smoothly. Although there are minor incidences which have been reported, one being of a man who died whilst waiting to cast his vote. And of course, we had another report of an accident which involves some IEC members. But nevertheless, other regions, voting is also going on. And in Kuruman, the residents have really taken out a lot out of themselves, and they've gone out to vote despite the cold weather conditions. But now let's cross over to Puleng, our colleague, just to give us the situation, what it's like in Kuruman. Puleng.
Good day, Lehana. What I can tell you at this moment, now things are a bit quiet. But what happened in the morning, we had quite long queues with people queuing up as early as 7 o'clock in the morning when voting stations opened. The people, they are saying, I managed to talk to quite a few of them, and they were saying that what they are hoping for, developments in their community. One of them was saying that he's hoping that they can build houses, particularly in their township. And the other one I was talking to, she was saying that she's hoping that the government can come up with some sort of a pension scheme for former medical health care nurses. And yeah, things are going quite well. I spoke to the IAC as well, and they are saying that they are happy, and then all voting stations, they opened on time at 7 o'clock in the morning. And they are expecting that later in the afternoon, people might come coming in again, since now they are expecting that people are at work. There were some challenges, particularly at villages, the village of Letlakajaneng, where community members were saying that they were not going to vote because they have been voting in the past and they have never seen any developments whatsoever taking place in their village. So they were saying that they will not vote until someone tells them that for surely whatever it is that they are demanding, they are going to get. But now the IEC is saying that no, voting is continuing as normal as possible in the village as well. So now there are no any other hiccups whatsoever. Back to you, Leana.
Thank you, Puleng. That's our reporter who's now based in Kuruman, giving us the conditions as well as what the situation is like. The residents of Letlakajaneng village who had earlier said that they were not going to vote, but it would appear that they've turned out in big numbers to go and vote. And now we want to find out if it's possible that we can cross to our correspondent who's in Uppington. Apparently he's not yet ready. But let me point out that here in Khalishiwe, the reports that we've received so far was that all voting stations opened up in time, and queues were seen all over, with people really showing some enthusiasm to go and vote, although most of them are still highlighting the issues that maybe one can describe as issues of these elections, which include issues around basic rendering of services such as housing, water, and in actual fact, in all polling stations, this appears to be the common factor, that people are always highlighting that we're voting because we need this and this to happen, and we're expecting that the municipalities that we're going to vote into power will be able to deliver the services. Hence, we casting our votes is a request, and of course to some a demand, that we vote for you because we want this services to be rendered. And in Uppington, we also have our colleague there, Ulrich, who will give us the picture of what is happening in Uppington. Ulrich?
Hi, good afternoon, Liana, and welcome to Uppington in Northern Cape, the second biggest town, and a place where voting has kicked off this morning at around 7 o'clock. All the voting stations open. Police, of course, keeping a close eye on 3 hotspots that they've declared here in the Uppington area. We also have reports that has been confirmed by police in the IEC of a fistfight between ANC officials just beyond the border of one voting station on on special votes day. But for the rest of today, voting day, it's actually been very quiet. People have been steadily making their way to various voting stations around this area, making their mark, but very, very slowly, perhaps because of the chilly weather. This voting station behind me at Pabalelo, it has more than 2,000 registered voters, and just by 1 o'clock, less than half of the voters have made it here to cast their vote. A similar picture emerging from other voting stations around this area. So IEC officials hoping and expecting that towards about 4 or 5 o'clock there'll be a lot more people, or that mad rush towards the end. People trying to cast their vote. So some of them are actually coming from work, or some of them the weather is a bit better for them to make their votes. Liana.
Thank you, Ulrich. There is no doubt that as the time goes on, because now it's just after 2, and with polling stations closing later today, there is no doubt that many of the people will be rushing to go and vote, because some might have thought that going in the morning it was a bit chilly, but we're expecting a lot of people, especially living around this area, to come and vote. And from us in Kimberley, it's thank you, and back to you in Pretoria.
Well, thank you to Lehana Toteti there at the IEC in the Northern Cape. We'll have more election coverage coming up just after the break. Stay with us.